Okay. So, yun. Sabi ko nga, accounting. The result of accounting is presented to the decision makers for their decision making. And for this reason, accounting is called the language of business. So kahit saang organizations tayo, accounting is involved. So the task of learning accounting is very similar to the task of learning a new language. It is complicated by the fact that many words used in accounting mean almost but not quite the same thing as the identical words mean in everyday. Some words in accounting are really used in a different sense. So, may mga terms tayo sa accounting na medyo hindi maiintindihan ng mga ng mga hindi hindi masyadong sanay mag-aral sa na related sa accounting. So, 'di ba? Minsan kung sabihin natin sa mga hindi nagte-take ng course ng accounting kung ano yung debit and credit, may hihirapan silang intindihin kung ano yung ibig sabihin nun. So, in this course, we will discuss kung ano ba ang debit, ano ba yung credit na yung mga naririnig natin before, and ano pa yung mga ibang terminologies na ginagamit natin sa business na pwede nating gamitin sa ating future endeavors. Kung kung gusto mong mag-own ng sarili mong business, kung gusto mong ma-employ sa government, syempre, may mga terminologies tayo. Same as ano naman, 'di ba, sa agriculture, may mga terminologies tayo na kahit parang kayo lang nakakaalam. Parang ganon. Anyway, it is said here na accountants are the scorekeepers of business. Pero sabi ko nga kanina, accounting has evolved. Nagde-develop siya lagi. So dati, kung nakikita ng mga tao na nagtatali-tali lang ang mga accountants or nagre-record keeping lang yung mga accountants, ngayon iba na. We accountants or anything or anyone na ng accounting is not just record keeping, they are analyzing. So nag-iisip na sila, iniisip na namin kung ano yung mas makakabuti sa business, sa organization. So yun yung parang wide scope ng accounting. uh, Okay, so a sound understanding of this language will bring about a better management of the financial aspects of living. Personal financial planning, education expenses, car amortization, business loans, income taxes, and investments are based on the information system that we call accounting. I will not be discussing the history or the development of the accounting kasi pwede nyo namang basahin yun yan. Um, ano lang naman yun puro facts lang. So, wala naman akong pwedeng pa-discuss na dyan. Nangyari na yun. Anyway, sige, let's move on to the next um, discussion. So, this discusses the history of accounting in the Middle Ages, wherein they've discovered the double entry system or the double entry bookkeeping, wherein nandito sa double entry bookkeeping ang sinasabi nating debit and credit, wherein as a glimpse, ang debit and credit should be equal. Okay? Yun yung ano natin sa accounting parang yung sinasabi namin na kailangang mag-balance. So ang debit and credits, yung one side and the other side should be equal. Kasi kung hindi yan equal, there may be a factor involving fraud, mga hindi kaaya-ayang alam naman natin kung ano yung fraud, 'di ba? Hindi yung mga pagdarambong. Pagdarambong ba 'yun? Fraud. So, yon. So, dyan natin maano sa double entry bookkeeping, wherein, madidiscuss ko naman yan sa next next topics natin. Industrial Revolution and Corporate Organization. So this discusses yung history na in the mid 18th and 19th century. So part of the ano pa din to, history ng accounting. Information age. So as I said before kanina, accounting has developed, the information technology has developed, so nakikisabay ang accounting sa pagdevelop ng information technology or ng technology mismo. So kung dati, sa history natin, nagsusulat-sulat lang tayo, nagtatali-tali lang tayo kung ilang bushels of rice, kung ilang kilos of rice, ilang kilos of meat ang nai-store natin sa storehouse. But dati, ngayon, meron na tayong ginagamit na Excel, may mga accounting systems tayo like Oracle, like Xero, na pwede nating gamitin sa business, no, or pwede nating gawan ng sarili nating accounting system ang mga businesses natin or mga organization natin para ma-organize natin yung financial transactions natin sa isang business. Yun naman talaga kasi ang goal ng accounting para um, ma-organize yung financial transactions natin for the decision making of our business. I always emphasize yung for the decision making of our owners, of our businesses, or of our decision makers, kasi yun yung goal natin. Yun yung goal ng accounting. Kasi walang kwenta yung mga records natin, financial records natin, kung hindi naman siya gagamitin for any decisions, 'di ba? So parang sayang lang ang effort natin kung nagre-record lang tayo, hindi natin i-understand kung ano yung ah, impact nito. Ano ang impact ng mga financial information natin na nakukuha sa business natin, sa mga organizations natin. So, yes, ganon. So, 'di ba ngayon, meron na ng e-commerce, meron ng online selling. So, kung dati through physical ano lang, pakikipag-usap sa tindahan, so pupunta ka, yung customer pupunta sa tindahan, tapos magtatanong-tanong lang siya kung ano yung andyan. Ngayon pwede na tayo magtanong through cellphone, like, no? Kahit nasa bahay ka, pwede na tayong makipag-transact, we can have business transactions in online. So, nakikisabay lang ang accounting sa kung ano ang meron ngayon sa information technology. Meron nga kami parang fear. Meron nga kaming fear dati, or as of now, ganun pa din naman, na accountants will be replaced by computers. So, hanggat hindi pa nangyayari yun, so we are still striving on doing what we can do best in our service for accounting. Next. Ano to? Okay. Globalization. Have you already heard the word globalization sa mga discussions nyo in your classes before? Anyone? Sinong pwedeng sumagot? I just need your opinion. Have you heard the word globalization? Okay. So I think,
Yes, sir.
okay, ano sa tingin mo, Alfonso? Tama ba? Alfonso, ang globalization.
Yes, sir.
Alfonso? Sige. Ano
For
yung
me, sir,
globalization?
the globalization is about the technology
Mhm.
na yes, sir.
Sige, proceed.
Para po sa akin yung technology, yung globalization is about technology in And kung ano po yung pagbabago sa atin ngayon sa ating mga henerasyon. Kasi yung mga gamit po dati hindi po masyadong expand. Kung mga ganyan, expanded na po. Kung wala nag-i-explore kasi technology. It's about globalization.
Okay, good. So, globe, ah, Jason, may sasabihin ka ba?
Oh my God.
Sir, mag-add lang po ako ng information.
Mhm.
Parang kasi yung information po ni Mr. Kabakang is about modernization naman. So, for me, sir, globalization, I believe that it is the interaction, sharing of ideas of different nations. It's about socializing, but in a term of a broader way or from global platform na po siya.
Mhm.
That's for only my opinion, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Alfonso and Jason. Um, well, ako nga naman, globalization is not just about technology. Tama naman si Alfonso na we can talk about technology in globalization kasi nga, I think naman din, technology has brought globalization to us. Okay? So, globalization is more of a interaction with other countries, with with uh, the economic world of trade and industry interlocking different countries, no? So yun siya. So we will not just talk about the technological development of our economic activities, pero we will be talking about policy developments with regard trade and industry of different countries if we are talking about globalization. So yon. Thank you. Okay, so next. Yon. So, sabi ko kanina, we have policy and technological developments in globalization. So, for policy developments, so globalization has been driven by policies that have opened economies domestically and internationally. So, in the years since World War II, especially during the past 2 decades, many governments have adopted free market economic systems, vastly increasing their own productive potential and creating myriad new opportunities for international trade and investment. If before, ang countries natin is kanya-kanya. So kung ano yung pinoproduce ng isang country will be consumed by its own people only. 'Di ba? But through our policy developments sa mga pagbabago ng mga polisiya ng mga gobyerno ng bawat country, nagkakaroon ng open market, no, or free market in their economic system. So you other countries have the opportunity to import products, especially agricultural products, to other countries. Yan yung importance din ng mga agriculturists, no, ng mga people involved in agriculture, kasi hindi lang hindi lang mga nurses and doctors yung may ability to save lives, kumbaga, 'di ba? So ang mga people who work in agriculture actually save lives kasi sila yung nagpo-provide ng food sa ating mga tao. Kahit hindi lang sa tao within the country, but sa other countries as well. Kasi nga mayroon nga tayong naging news dati na ang okra is na-import natin ay na-export natin, na ilabas natin sa bansa para mabenta. So hindi lang yung mga Pilipino ang nakaka-consume ng okra, kundi pati na din yung ibang countries. Governments have also negotiated dramatic reductions in barriers to each other's commerce, further stimulating international trade and investment. So, may times na hindi or pinapastop ng gobyerno yung pagtitrade or pagtatransact with other countries. So, dati, super, di ba, yung sinabi ko nga kanina, kanya-kanya lang sila. So, ngayon, may free system. So, wala na yung wall na nagdi-divide sa kanila or naghihinder sa kanila, yung naghihinder sa kanila para makapag-transact. Taking advantage of new opportunities in foreign markets, corporations have built foreign factories and established production and marketing arrangements and established production marketing arrangements ay, established production and marketing arrangements with foreign partners. A defining feature of globalization is an international industrial structure in which thousands of the world's largest corporations maintain operations in multiple countries. So, yung mga factories ng mga corporations, ng mga companies, hindi lang sa isang country nila nalalagay. Meron nang nilalagay sa ibang countries for further or for easier penetration of their market. So, hindi lang policy development yung madi-discuss natin sa globalization but also technological development as said by Alfonso, no? So technology has been the other principal driver of globalization. Advances in computer and communications technology in particular have dramatically transformed economic life. Meron tayong computers ngayon, mga digital technologies na nakapag-increase sa way natin ng pag-transact ng business. Sa way natin, kahit sa agriculture, I think, no? Meron tayong mga advances, technological advances na napapansin. Tama ba? So, in agriculture, ano yung sa tingin nyo yung latest technology na pwede nyo magamit sa if magkakaroon kayo ng opportunity to work your course, work in your course. So anyone, what do you think is the latest technology that you know na makakatulong sa inyo sa inyong sige.
Facebook.
Okay, Vicente Gregorio. Okay, ano yun?
Facebook, sir. Siguro, ano,
Ano yung may tutulong ng Facebook sa agriculture?
sir, medyo choppy ka. I repeat.
Ah, ano yung may tutulong ng Facebook sa agriculture?
Sa ano, sir, pag online selling
Mhm.
through Facebook,
Mhm.
mag-introduce ako ng mga products about agriculture.
Mhm. Correct, no? So, isa yun sa mga ways natin.
Ako po sir may add.
Sige, Dominic ko.
Okay sir, para sa ako sir, makakabulig po ng technologies like computer.
Mhm.
Kasi pag may computer ka sir, maka-interact ka sa iba na tao, parang magkayo nga connection sa iba na tao para mag-trade sa imong mga about sir, parang nag-selling ka goods and mga products mo sir. With that sa technology like computer, magkaroon sila yung connection sa era na para ang mo products ma-trade sa ibang bansa, sa ibang countries. Tapos mayon sir na magkayo sa mga binita sa ito mayon sa
Mhm. Okay, thank you. So, yun, internet, we using Facebook as platform, using other apps or websites as platform is your latest technology that can be used related to agriculture, no? So thank you for your answers. Information communication technologies have given all sorts of individual economic actors, consumers, job seekers, recruiters, professionals valuable new tools for identifying and pursuing economic and business opportunities. They have enabled companies to disperse their operations around the globe and to manage more effectively their production processes and inventories. Okay, next. So, let's go to the forms of business organizations. So, ano yung different business organizations that is involved in doing business? No? So, we have, based on the number of operating persons or of persons operating the business, we have three. We have sole proprietorship, we have partnership, and we have corporation. Sole proprietorship is if yung business mo, ikaw lang ang nagpapatakbo or ikaw lang yung may-ari. Pwedeng lima kayong um, lima kayong nagtatrabaho sa isang business pero isa lang ang may-ari. Yun yung sole proprietorship. Sabihin natin, owner, isa lang. Tapos meron siyang mga tinalagang managers, kumbaga. So tatlo. Tapos merong mga staff na isa, staff na isa. So ilan yun? 3, 4, 5. Lima kayo, pero isa lang yung may-ari. May-ari or the owner is the person who capitalized the business. Siya yung nagbigay ng kapital sa business na yun. So siya ang may-ari. So business organization which has a single owner is called a sole proprietorship. Ang tinatawag natin sa may-ari is owner, single owner, or sole proprietor or proprietor. Sometimes he is the manager, but he can designate other person to be the manager. So sole proprietorship sometimes tend to be small service types or retail establishments. So bihira lang ang mga manufacturing companies or manufacturing or businesses related to manufacturing na nagsosole proprietorship kasi medyo malaki yung capital nila. Usually, ang capital nitong sole proprietorship is less than 3 million. So, sole proprietorship. The owner receives all profits, absorbs all losses, and is solely responsible for all debts of the business. So, dito sa Katarman, most of the businesses are solely owned or owned by only one person. So, most of the businesses here are sole proprietorship. Next, partnership. A partnership is a business owned and operated by two or more persons. So, kapag may ka-partner ka, yun ang tawag mo sa ka-owner mo, partner. Meron kayong partnership business. So, if dalawa kayo or marami, na madalawa kayo or marami na nag-o-own ng business, your business is called a partnership. No? So, meron din naman dito sa Katarman yung businesses na dalawa or marami yung nagmamay-ari, no? So yun. So dito sa partnership, nagko-combine kayo ng resources, nagko-contribute kayo ng pera, ng lupa para makapagtayo kayo ng business. Yung pagsa-service, kasama din kayo. Tapos, may intention kayo na maghati ng profits. Anong Tagalog ng profits? Ng kita. So, each person is also personally liable for any debt incurred by the partnership. Pati sa utang ninyo, hati din kayo. So, accounting considers the partnership as a separate organization distinct from the personal affairs of each partner. So, ibig sabihin lang nun, ang tinayo yung business is a separate entity. Para siyang ibang tao. Iba siya sa mga personal transactions ng bawat partner. So, yun yung partnership. Ang corporation naman, ganun din siya, more of it is owned by 5 or more people and is registered under the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC. Ang tinatawag mo sa owners ng corporation are stockholders kasi sila ang may hawak ng shares of stocks or shares. So it is an artificial being. Binigyan siya ng batas ng separate identity, para ma-separate legally yung identification natin or yung pagtingin natin sa corporation at mga stockholders. Ibig sabihin, um, if umutang si corporation ng sabihin natin 10 million pesos sa bangko, hindi pwedeng singilin ni bangko ang bawat stockholders sa utang ng corporation. Parang ganon. So, separate siya. Separate lang siya. Sabi natin siyang artificial being or separate judicial entity. Kasi, ang nag-create sa kanya is ang law, ang batas. The stockholders are not personally liable for the corporation's debt. The corporation is a separate legal entity. So, do you have questions with the forms of business organizations? Sige, let's move on. Activities performed by the business organizations. So, ano yung mga pwedeng i-engage? Ano yung mga business transactions na pwedeng gawin ng mga businesses? So, according to ang business organizations can be grouped also by the type of business activities they perform. So, if yung kanina, sole proprietorship, partnership, and corporation, are business organizations according to the ownership structure of the business entity. These business organizations are based on the activities they perform. So we have service business organizations wherein they perform services, where they perform, hindi sila yung binebenta nila is kanilang either talents, katulad sa amin sa mga accountants, we offer accounting services. Kasi ang isa ditong example ng activities performed by business organization is merchandising. Merchandising. Kasi ito namang merchandising ay businesses na nagta-transact with goods. So mga nagbebenta to ng mga products mismo, ng mga physical products. So they sell clothes, they sell agricultural produces, mga kakanin, parang ganon. Merchandising ang tawag doon or retail minsan or wholesale. Yun yung pumapasok. Ang retail and wholesale pumapasok sa merchandising. No? So if makita niyo nga sa mga businesses, no? Meron doon blah blah general merchandise. So they are primarily transacting with goods that are ready for sale at nagbebenta sila sa customers nila. Yung services naman kanina is more on physical, yung talents, yung more on intellectual abilities, kung sa mga related to accounting, related to law, ano pa ba. So yun yung mostly yung business niya. And the third one is manufacturing, wherein sila mismo yung produce. So, bumibili sila ng raw materials. Sila yung nagta-transform ng raw materials to finished product or yung mismong binebenta ng mga merchandising companies. So, yun. Um, sa tingin ko nga, sa agriculture, no, it is like a manufacturing business. Kasi you have the raw materials, which is, for example, planting of rice, no? Your raw materials is yung ano bang tawag doon? Seeds, rice seeds. Tama ba? Rice seeds. Tapos, you convert it to a palay, no? Tapos yung palay, i-convert mo ulit to yung rice na alam natin, na alam ko. So, yun. More of a manufacturing siya. So, may process siya from raw materials, pagbili nyo ng raw material, pagbili nyo ng seed na yon to pinrocess nyo siya, naging palay, naging rice mismo. Yung gintutugon na. So, yun. Yun yung parang best way to explain manufacturing, no? So, kung makakarinig kayo ng mga yung word na factories, no? So, most of them are manufacturing companies. Any question?
Ano, sir?
Okay, sige. We also have business organization based on financial capacity. We have micro, small, and medium enterprises. Micro enterprises are those with assets before financing of 1.5 million pesos or less em- and employ not more than 9 workers. So if ang trabahante or ang nagtatrabaho sa iyo ay 9 and below or 9 lang or below yung nagtatrabaho sa business mo and meron kang assets, meron kang mga ari-arian sa business mo sa business na 1.5 million or less, ibig sabihin yung business mo micro enterprise. Micro. Next is small enterprise. Small enterprises are those with assets before financing of above 1.5 million to 15 million and employ 10 to 99 workers. And medium enterprises have assets before financing of about 50 million to 100 million and employ 100 to 199 workers. Yun. Most of our businesses in Northern Samar are considered micro enterprises. Kasi yung assets nila is less than 1.5 million and not more than 9 workers ang nagtatrabaho sa kanila. Do you agree? Okay. Ito, definitions na. Medyo boring na itong part na to. Charot. So, what is accounting? Accounting is a service activity. Sabi ko kanina, classified siya sa service activity of business organizations. So, accounting is a service activity. Its function is to provide quantitative information, primarily financial in nature. Quantitative information, so related more on numbers. Yun yung parang initial naman na na result. Ma'am, nagkaklase ako. Nagkaklase ako. Wait, ma'am. Sorry. Again, it's primarily provides quantitative information, primarily financial in nature, about economic entities that is intended to be useful in making economic decision. Again, making economic decisions, malaking part yung accounting talaga sa pag-provide ng basis sa ating mga decision makers. So it is also a process of identifying, measuring, and communicating economic information to permit informed judgments and decisions by users of the information. It is also an art of recording. Kalain niyo, may art of recording, classifying, and summarizing in a significant manner in terms of money, transactions, and events which are in part at least of a financial character and interpreting the results thereof. Ito yung parang nagse-separate sa ibang recording na na service, no? We only record those transactions that are financial in nature, that has a financial character, that is related to the business. Financial talaga. And interpreting the results thereof. Accounting is an information system that measures, processes, and communicates financial information about an identifiable economic entity. So, I guess, isasama ko naman to sa quiz and midterms natin, yung definitions of accounting. Sigurado yan. So, may bonus na kayo. Okay. Phases of accounting. So, as described here in the definition, accounting is an accounting is the art of recording, classifying, and summarizing in a significant manner. Blah, blah, blah. So, this is actually the, included sa phases of accounting natin. Kung paano tayo nagkakandak ng accounting service to clients. So, we have recording, business transactions, economic activities of business. We have recording. We measure what we record. We measure it, ano ba natin sabihin? So, i-identify natin kung paano natin siya i-quantify. Kumbaga, paano natin i-quantify yung particular transaction, no? So, before we record, we measure it through to pesos or kung ano yung currency na available for that. Then we record it to our books. Kasi if it is not measured, hindi natin alam kung magkano yung isang transaction. Walang silbi. Walang silbi siya sa business. So, it must be expressed in terms of a common financial denominator, which is money. So, magkano siya? Yun yung sa pag-record natin. By simply measuring and recording, the resulting information will be of limited use. To be useful in making decisions, the classification and the summarizing of the information is useful. Classification reduces the effects of numerous transactions into useful groups or categories. So, after recording, we organize it. Parang ganon. We classify it to different accounts. Yun yung classification phase. And the summarization is our preparation of the financial statements or the financial reports. So we summarize the information that we have classified to better present it sa ating decision makers through our preparation of the financial statements or any financial reports. Okay? So parang yun na yung huling document na ibibigay natin sa ating owners, sa ating bosses. Ganon. And after that, hindi lang tayo nagsa-summarize, no? Hindi lang tayo gagawa ng financial statements sa businesses natin. We also interpret or analyze kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng mga financial information na yon. So anong ibig sabihin na ng 5% ng assets natin are puro cash lang? Anong ibig sabihin na 10,000 pesos na lang yung cash natin? Anong ibig sabihin ng inventory natin is less than the inventory we had last year? I-analyze natin yun sa part ng interpretation after the summarization phase. No? So, we have measuring the value of the transaction. We record the value of the transaction, what happened on the transaction. We classify these transactions to accounts. We classify them for us to organize it. We summarize the information to a report, to a financial statement, and after summarizing it, we interpret the data or we interpret the information, we analyze it, and the business owners or the bosses will decide na on what to do on this information. Whether they will increase the assets of the company, whether they will buy more inventories, whether they will decide to produce more, to produce less, to buy more seeds, to sell more seeds. Yun yung magiging decisions nila. And that is based on our financial information that we have collected through accounting. Okay. Questions? Ano ba? I'll cut short the discussion na. Kay mag-8 na. Next Tuesday, can we have this kind of discussion? We will be discussing the next topics, bookkeeping and accounting, no? This will be just a kumbaga teaser, preview ng ating magiging discussions on the next chapters, bookkeeping and accounting. Okay? So, thank you for joining. Thank you for accepting my invitation to discuss to you today. And yun lang. See you on Tuesday ba? Thursday ba ngayon? See you on the 28th. Okay, guys? Thank you. Ay, wait pala. May question ba kayo?
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Sige.
sir.
If you have no more questions, you can leave the meeting na. Okay? Thank you. Thank you again.
Sir.
Goodbye.